Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So excuse me for not being in my normal environment and setup, but it's the weekend and I wanted to get this video out to you guys anyway. So you remember I posted on Friday that Cardano has a major catalyst coming up this weekend, and we've seen that play out now. So on Saturday and today Sunday, as I'm filming this, it's still going on, we had the Cardano Foundation's summit, right? So they've had a virtual slash physical summit where they said they were going to announce some major partnerships, and we've got news here of some of those partnerships they've announced, and these are massive. I'm going to spend some time going through some of these. We'll then touch upon the price action and have a look at what happened to the pricing based on what we predicted would happen. So the first announcement that Cardano made was that they're partnering with esports giant Rival. Now they're aiming to develop an agnostic NFT with fan rewards and something which you can actually redeem for physical goods. We've spoken about this on the channel before. The beauty of NFT is you can combine not only the digital NFT, but you can combine it with something in the physical world, right? So owners of a specific NFT can redeem it for a jersey or for a hat or a football t-shirt or anything else. And that's the beauty of that cross relationship between physical and the digital world. So for those who don't know, Rival partners with the NFL, Seattle Seahawks, NBA with the Detroit Pistons, and in the English Premier League here with Aston Villa and Watford. So they've got a lot of partnerships, and we know with NFTs, it's about the licenses and partnerships. So as predicted, I said it in my video, we're going to see some sort of NFT play, and we've seen Cardano not let us down in that space. The market's going to want you to be progressing on NFTs, and Cardano's made an impressive partnership there with esport giant Rival. So a really good partnership starting off their weekend with Cardano. They then moved on to announce their partnership with telecom provider and wireless provider Dish. So Dish are a big company. They're a Fortune 250 company. They're a wireless provider, and they also own Boost Mobile, which has over, I think, 8 million subscribers and customers, which is absolutely massive. And what Cardano has said to do with Dish is they want to provide digital ID services, DID, digital ID services for their customers. And we spoke about this with Cardano before, right? Charles Hoskin talks a lot about providing digital ID services to those in Ethiopia and third world countries. But even Charles Hoskin was saying here, and you can watch a video, by the way, they posted a video on the IOHK page announcing this partnership. It's really useful. Go check that out to get an idea of how this partnership works. But we used to think that the digital ID services were just for those third world countries. But Charles has suddenly started to understand, and we can understand as well, that this is for first world countries as well, because digital ID is not ubiquitous, right? We all have a piece of paper where our ID is based on a piece of paper, and if we were to lose that, then suddenly we start losing a bit of our ID. For that to be happening in the 21st century is a bit archaic, and I think Cardano's best position to start tackling that, and their partnership with Dish is a big move towards that as well. So the other bit was, obviously, this partnership will help Dish with data security, anti-fraud, and it will allow their customers to own their own identity. Well, that's what Cardano is all about with their Prism network. For those who haven't followed it, their technology is called Prism, and it's to help people own their identity on the blockchain. So you go through your verification process, and it stores your identity on the blockchain, and you own it. So you can control what you read and write to that, and nobody else owns it, right? Not your mobile company, not your Wi-Fi company, you own it. And then the other point that the CEO of Dish spoke about and Boost Mobile spoke about was tokenized loyalty points. And I think this is an amazing idea, right? If you imagine when you fly, you've got British Airways here in the UK who give you Avios points. No doubt there's various other providers in hotels and airlines which provide these, loyalty schemes, right? Where they give you coins and you can redeem them. Well, imagine tokenizing that and putting it on the blockchain. That's exactly what Cardano is going to bring to Dish, to allow them to tokenize reward points, to help grow loyalty for the Dish network and get people using that platform more and more. So this is really going to be powerful. And he even spoke about, you could redeem your tokens into cash, into Bitcoin, into ADA, and you can redeem it for flights or hotels. And I think it's a really clever way of making sure that people stay on that mobile network, right? They build an affinity with it. They get rewarded for staying on that mobile network through loyalty and actual tangible things that, they can spend and use. And I think that's really going to be useful. A really clever application of the Cardano blockchain. So really excited with that Cardano and Dish partnership. A lot of potential there, not just for that specific Fortune 250 company, but also then the case study that provides to other Fortune 250 companies. Say, look, this is what we're doing for Dish. Why can't we do the same for you? We've already built the technology for tokenized loyalty points. Here you go use that as well. So really great piece of partnership on a fundamental level. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. I don't want to see small things which are going to drive the price up 20% today. I'm not in it for that, right? We think that we're trying to pick our coins here, our altcoins, our coins, which we believe are going to be the biggest blockchain players going 5 years, 10 years down the line, right? We're trying to spot the Apples and the Amazons in this Web 3.0 kind of environment. And so chasing short-term price bumps is not what we're doing on this channel, and it's not what I advise people to do. So that's a big partnership. The next one was one which kind of we saw coming, but I'm impressed to see it happen so quickly. And that is the Cardano Chainlink partnership. So Cardano have partnered with Chainlink to offer their data oracle for the smart contracts being built onto Cardano. So we know very recently Cardano launched the Alonzo hard fork that allowed functionality for smart contracts, and now very quickly they've offered the integration / partnership with Chainlink, which means you can bring in those data sources into your smart contracts. For those who aren't familiar about it, let me know in the comments below. We can spend a detailed video on data oracles and what they do. But Chainlink is the largest data oracle player in the decentralized ecosystem, and they bring in price feeds, weather feeds, various other things to help people build better smart contracts. And that's really important from an application point of view, and it's really going to attract more dApp builders to the Cardano network, right? And that's really important. We spoke about this. The winners in the layer one space will be those that attract the best dApp builders, because Solana want them, Algorand want them, Phantom want them, Kava want them. All these top layer one platforms want these dApp builders to build on their blockchain. So this is really going to help the fact that they have this Chainlink partnership. Now, the next partnership that Cardano announced was their partnership with Acuan. Acuan is a fraud prevention company, and again, they want to integrate ID solutions into their Atala, it's called, it's a bit of a tongue twister, Atala Prism product. So similar to what we spoke to with Dish, that's your digital ID, and Acuan do all of that processing from an anti-fraud perspective, KYC, AML, and they're partnering up with Cardano to deliver a better digital ID experience. So another good partnership there. We also saw a bit of a partnership around supply chain management. So there was a beverage company which wants to use Cardano for supply chain management. Again, we've spoken about this. This is something that VeChain does really well, allows you to inventory, track, and manage your supply chain. Another really big application for a lot of the beverage companies, fast-moving consumer good companies. This is really a big application point and a really big feather in the cap for Cardano. After that, we got a massive announcement around their dApp store. So Cardano have launched a bit of a dApp store, which is really clever. And again, we spoke about this on Friday. We said we want to see an Apple-esque, presentation with the new things that are available for the ecosystem. And they've managed to do that, right? With this new dApp store, they're going to make it easier for you and I, the average person, to navigate the DeFi world, because at the moment it's really difficult. We don't know what platforms are available, we don't know what's there to be used, and this dApp store will make it like an app store where we can browse, we can see reviews, we can see ratings of the best DeFi apps, and we can use them accordingly. Really smart move, and I love to see it. Again, from a fundamental point of view, you cannot overlook this one. When Apple launched the App Store, that was an absolute game changer, and it still is to this day. People would not be downloading the apps they are now if they couldn't see the screenshots, see the reviews, see user feedback. Really important for discovery of good apps. So I'm really happy to see that. And then finally, we spoke about Coty, right? This was a bit of the worst secret in the world, but we knew there was going to be some sort of partnership with Coty. And we saw exactly that. We got a good partnership with Coty. And what the partnership was, is they're partnering with Cardano. For those of you who haven't watched my video on some of the best gems on Cardano, check that out. I'll remember to link that up here somewhere. Now, Cardano is a really clever project bringing stable coins to the Cardano blockchain, okay? So they're going to be they're launching soon, and they're going to be bringing in DUSD, right? Similar to how Tether is or USDC is. DUSD will be the stable coin on the Cardano blockchain through Cardano. They also have DanaSwap, which is their decentralized exchange, right? Think of Uniswap. So these two things are going to be really big when they're launched. And Coty, who's the payment gateway provider, right? So they launched AdaPay. AdaPay allows businesses to accept Cardano as payment, and charities as well. So partnering with the stablecoin from Cardano, Coty and Cardano have partnered together to allow you to now purchase, not just with your ADA, but with your DUSD, so with the stablecoin as well. So another really big announcement, and really excited to see that play out. So overall, a great event so far. I mean, some people are, kind of underwhelmed by this, but I think from a fundamental perspective, if you have your intentions in the right place and you're not looking for short-term pumps in the market, you're super thrilled with this. As a long-term holder of Cardano, as somebody who's not planning to sell, if this doubles or triples, because I'm in this for the long run, this is a great event. I think the projects they're working on are amazing. There's excellent use cases and there's good traction there. I think they're really starting to move. And I think a lot of the naysayers who are saying, oh, look, Cardano has no use case, it's useless, they're starting to understand that Cardano is for real, and they're actually building things in a slow, methodical, scientific approach. And Fortune 250 companies love that. That's what they want to see. They enjoy speaking to Charles Hodgkinson. He can express himself. He's articulate. He can get his message across, and he gets things done, right? Similar to what he said in his video, he moves at a startup scale. And I think Fortune 250 companies appreciate the speed at which he's willing to drive adoption and evolve his product and help companies move forward. So really important from a fundamental perspective. Really happy with how that summit went. And maybe there's a few more announcements coming as well, which we'll update you with if we hear anything. But overall, what happened with the price? We had a bit of a pump, and then we saw a dump, right? And I warned you guys in that video, you get to buy the rumor, sell the news, guys. So if you're day trading, you're trading on a shorter time scale, you've got to be really careful in this space, because that's what can happen. People buy the rumor, they sell the news. So you've got to be able to, if you're in a trader, you're an experienced trader, you can trade those. But otherwise, if you're not experienced, stay away from doing that, right? Hold the coins which you have high conviction in for the long term, and trust where the projects are going on a long-term basis, 5-10 years time frame. And that's what I'm doing with Cardano. This is not a short-term play at all. I believe in Charles Hodgkinson and the platform that they're building, and I think this is a good summit to show that they're taking that step forward. Still a long way to go. They're nowhere near Ethereum, but they're on their own journey. And I think, like I said many times on this channel, Ethereum's not the be-all, end-all. There's going to be other layer one platforms, and you don't have to beat Ethereum. You don't have to flip Ethereum. You can just build a good fundamental coin yourself, an ecosystem yourself. And I think that's what we're seeing with Cardano. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this one. Sorry it's a bit impromptu, but I just wanted to get this update to you guys anyway. Hope you enjoy your week, and I'll catch you in the next one.